You know the thing about boxing, too many rules.
So we finally got some big news. Young Reacher himself, played by Maxwell Jenkins, has addressed the possibility of returning for Reacher Season 4. And with development on the next season already kicking off, fans are naturally getting excited about where the story's headed next. But for now, let's talk about everything Reacher Season 3 gave us, especially how it peeled back the layers on Reacher's trauma, his military past, and the intense PTSD he still carries with him. Now, if you've already binged Season 3, you know it ends on a high note. Jack Reacher once again beats the odds, but not without going through some serious trials. What's interesting is that this season starts off feeling a bit off. Reacher doesn't seem like his usual self. He's low-key, a bit withdrawn, and honestly, kinda shady. But there's a reason for that. Turns out, he's undercover with the DEA, trying to get close to a guy named Zachary Beck, a suspicious rug dealer with more going on than meets the eye. So why does Reacher agree to go undercover? Simple: revenge. He's got one name in mind: Xavier Quinn. Quinn's the guy who murdered Reacher's close friend and fellow MP Dominique Cole, and since Quinn runs Beck's secret gun smuggling operation, going undercover is Reacher's best shot at getting close enough to take him down. The thing is, Quinn's no pushover. Reacher even calls him the single worst person I've ever known, and that's saying something coming from a guy who's crossed paths with some seriously dangerous people. But despite how intense things get, Reacher, along with Neagley, Duffy, and Villanueva, manage to pull through. They take down Quinn and dismantle his operation before more lives are lost. But how do they manage to do it in the end? In the end, how do they manage to pull it off? After being led to believe a big arms deal is going down at a salvage yard, Reacher figures out Quinn is playing them. But even with the double cross, our guy doesn't lose his cool. He teams up with DEA agents Duffy and Villanueva and turns the chaos between Quinn's men and the ATF into an opportunity. They take control of 2 trucks heading to Beck's mansion, sneak in without raising alarm, and get to work. This is where things really get tactical. Neagley disguises herself as a waiter, Duffy heads off to rescue Teresa, and Villanueva goes after Richard Beck. Meanwhile, Reacher faces his biggest physical threat of the season, Paulie. This mountain of a man is suspicious of one of the trucks and starts poking around. Reacher knows it's time for a showdown and tells the others to carry on without him. Now, back inside the house, things start getting tense. Duffy finds Teresa, but Quinn's buyer, Nasser, shows up. Duffy tries to stay quiet at first, but she eventually goes full Reacher mode and takes him out. That triggers a full-on brawl between the heroes and the villains. Reacher gets close to killing Quinn, real close. But right when it seems like it's all over, Russian mobsters arrive to collect on the debt Quinn owes them. Classic. But Reacher and his team don't back down. Neagley steps up big time. She hands over the money Quinn was supposed to earn, throws in a fake grenade, and convinces the Russians to leave Quinn behind. Then, Reacher finally avenges Dominique Cole. He reminds Quinn of what he did, then blasts him with a shotgun. It's brutal but symbolically important. Reacher's not making the same mistake twice. He's making damn sure Quinn is gone for good. Oh, and about that fight with Paulie. This battle was teased for the entire season, and it delivers. Paulie is a towering brute who nearly kills Reacher. They fall into an old rock pit used by Quinn's men to dump bodies, and it looks like Paulie's got the upper hand. But here's where Reacher shows his smarts. Instead of relying solely on brute strength, he rigs a shotgun during their final fight. He makes Paulie think he has the upper hand, lures him into using the gun, and boom! Literally, the gun explodes in Paulie's face. Reacher finishes the job and walks away with one of the best mic drop lines in the show: "You may be bigger and stronger, but I'm smarter." Now, Neagley's final comment about Reacher really hits home. She tells him that she finally understands why he does what he does, not just to protect people, but because he hates the powerful bullies who think they can get away with everything. It's a deep insight into Reacher's moral compass. He's not your standard white-hat hero. He's more of a morally gray avenger who dishes out justice, even if his reasons are personal. As the books put it, he produces the right results for all the wrong reasons. And honestly, that's what makes him such a compelling character. Now, let's talk about Duffy. By the time the dust settles, you might expect Reacher to pull one of his classic disappearing acts. But before he even gets the chance, Duffy comes to him and says goodbye first. She lets him off the hook by telling him she's not the stick around and make it last type. It's kind of a full circle moment for Reacher, who's used to walking away. Turns out Duffy is more like him than he realized, independent, driven, and not looking to be tied down. Even Reacher's final words to Richard Beck show growth. Richard's shaken after everything that went down and feels lost, but Reacher gives him a simple yet powerful advice: take the car, grab the cash, and disappear. Do what you always wanted to do. And when Richard opens up about regretting not knowing the good side of his dad, Reacher just drops this gem: if you spend too much time thinking about your past, it's probably not a good thing. That right there, that's Reacher in a nutshell. He doesn't dwell, he acts. He processes pain and trauma not through therapy or reflection, but through action, sometimes violent, sometimes necessary, always calculated. And while we're on the subject of deaths in the finale, yes, a lot of people bite the dust. Quinn, Paulie, Nasser, even Zachary Beck. His death actually hits kind of hard though. Beck may have started as a villain, but by the end he shows real change. He even risks his life to save Richard. It's a bittersweet moment that mirrors the tragedy of Russo's death back in Season 2. Redemption arcs don't always end with survival, so what does all this mean for Season 4? Well, Reacher has a pattern. It tells a full story based on a Lee Child novel each season, wraps things up, and then tees up the next chapter. Season 3 ends with Reacher back on the open road. No direct setup for Season 4, but we know trouble always finds him. That's just how it works. And yep, Season 4 is already in the works. We're just waiting to hear which novel they'll adapt next. And with Neagley appearing in every season so far, chances are good she'll be back. She's also getting her own spin-off, so the Reacher universe is definitely expanding. As for Jenkins, who plays young Reacher, he says he hasn't been asked to come back yet, but he'd be all in if they need him. He's a fan of the show and had a great time on set, so the door's wide open for more flashbacks in Season 4. So what did Season 3 give us overall? A deeper look at Jack's internal world, his military trauma, his PTSD, and the way he handles pain by hunting down the people who cause it. He's not just out to save the day, he's out to settle the score, find closure, and make sure the next bully never gets a chance to hurt someone again. And that's what makes Reacher such a standout series. It's not just action-packed, it's personal, raw, and even a little tragic. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.